Welcome to Turning Points podcast. I'm your host, Angella and today I'm going to be having a very great conversation with an incredible human being, Lindiwe Mutungamiri. She's from Zimbabwe. She's an alumni of the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at Ashesi University and Arizona State University, where she pursued a bachelor's and a master's in computer science. So she's a geek, but also loves entrepreneurship. She has started several businesses and initiatives, as we will later learn on in the conversation. And today we'll be talking about life post-graduation, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, all of it today with my guest, Lindiwe. Lindiwe, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Angela. I have known you for a long time, and it's amazing that we're doing this on a podcast.
I know. I mean, I feel like I just graduated just recently, last year, May, but it feels like yesterday, and you just graduated as well. Tell us about what you did in school and how it feels to be out of school.
Well, I don't know. I did my bachelor's at Ashesi University in Ghana in computer science. That's 2022. Took a gap year to pursue my entrepreneurship journey. Came here to Arizona State University in the US to do my master's in computer science. Recently, I didn't realize it's been a month since the time that we graduated, but it's been a month already. It's been a very challenging, wonderful journey, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Challenging. When you say challenging, what's been challenging after you graduated? I can tell you that when I graduated from school, the one challenging thing that I found was moving away from the norm of actually having like a structured system in place, because it kind of gives you a structure for your life. And now once you're out of school, I had to figure out, now I have time left on my hands after work. I actually had a conversation with my coworkers, and I told them, I'm now finding that I have so much extra time on me, and I need to fill it with something. And I had to figure out what that something was, and we can talk about it later on. But for you, what has been challenging about your post-graduation experience?
I love that you bring all of that up, because for me, when I look at myself, and when I look at myself in the mirror, I love to look at myself as a self-made person. But after graduating, I realized, in as much as I would love to think of myself as a self-made person, I have also been really shaped by these routines that you talked about, and the structure that has been put in place by the Mastercard Foundation team, by the Baobab team, by literally being a master's in computer science student. There's a structure that comes with that, which is the classes that I took. I was part of a PhD lab, and the moment that I graduated, again, like you said, I found myself with so much time in my hands. In the beginning, I think I was in denial. I wanted to believe that I was, oh my God, I'm as busy and there's so many deadlines. And then I realized, no, wait, if I don't submit this, it's not like I'm going to fail a course. If I don't submit this, it's not like the Mastercard Foundation team is going to send me an email with 5 people CC'd in and asking me why I didn't show up to this email.
Yeah.
Everything is now reliant on me. So I think at the end of the day, as we have this conversation, the most important thing for me is to put this light on. I would love to think of myself as a self-made entrepreneur, as a self-made computer science person, but life after graduation is so different when all of these structures that were enforced have been taken away. Who are you as a person? Are you as disciplined? Do you actually stick to deadlines? Do you actually deliver even when you don't have somebody that you have to report any results to? I think that is the most challenging aspect of it, being a person that has to report not to all of these external stakeholders, because that is the easiest part of it.
Yeah.
But like when it's you that you have to be accountable
Yeah.
to, how does that look like? That I think that is the biggest challenge.
It's interesting that you say that, because I know you literally took no break after school.
Did not.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I ask myself every single time. You had a chance to take a break. Why didn't you?
Why didn't you? Tell us. Where did you take a break? And tell us how long was the period after school, and when you started working actually?
There was no break. I graduated on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I started working. The first reason for me was like not miscommunication, because I think the information was communicated, but you see, when you graduate from school, I think the path that 90% of the population takes is their employment path. And for me, I really want to be a full-time entrepreneur. So the path that I was trying to take was, if you are an entrepreneur, you don't take breaks, right? And
I disagree.
I like that. I like that.
Everybody deserves a break.
I like
Please.
that. I like that. But my thought for me was like, okay, since I've been here in the US, I have raised significant funding from the US National Science Foundation, from my university's entrepreneurship programs, from a PhD lab that has nothing to do with entrepreneurship. Everybody has invested all of this money into me, right? So what is the earliest work date that I can start working? And that was 19 May. I have the date right in my head.
Oh my goodness. I can tell you personally, I think I had maybe 2 months before I started working.
I had no idea. I wish I knew. I did not know that. For me, I was just under this pressure of, you're an entrepreneur, you have this much funding under your belt, and you need to deliver to the investors in Africa, to the investors here at your university. So I graduated this Thursday, and next Monday I was working, and I remember texting one of my closest friends, and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm at the office, are you here? She's like, I started June. I was like, what?
Exactly. I don't understand why you did that.
But I did not know.
Do you regret that? Like going back to work immediately after school? Because I can imagine you were tired.
I
was exhausted from school. The pressure of, finals, the pressure of just dealing with school stuff. I was done, and I needed that break between school. But it was surprising when we were actually in a team meeting, and your supervisor said, Lindiwe started
on Monday. I'm like, oh, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Why would you tell somebody who probably has the same mindset as you are, serial entrepreneur who wants to get things going? You have the funders giving you the money, you have like commitments you have in place. Why would you tell somebody like yourself, is rest important?
I don't know if this is like very good advice, but the advice that I would give to an entrepreneur, somebody who's very high achieving, is it's not that deep. That is the theme that me and my best friend have, and some of my best friends from here in the US and back in Ghana and back in Zimbabwe. Is like, life is that deep, but like, it's okay to take a break for 2 weeks. You don't have to graduate on Thursday and start a job on Monday. It's not that deep. It's okay. And this makes me think of I recently graduated last month, and I was the class speaker for the Baobab Scholars class,
which you did amazingly. I listened to your speech. Incredible.
You loved it?
You're such a speaker.
Thank you.
One of the skills you got from school. Speaker, check.
Thank you so much. But I don't know, I don't think it's something that I was aware of, but it's something that came deep within, and as I'm speaking to you right now, it's coming back to me. Life is not that deep. When I was writing that speech, it's one of the most stressful speeches that I've had to write, because it's like, okay, what do I want to talk about? Everybody talks about Nelson Mandela. Everybody talks about what's his name, Martin Luther King. Everybody talks about the most powerful people. And I think for me, when I was writing the graduation speech, when I was selected, it was like, okay, how am I feeling? And I remember in that moment I was feeling life is not that deep. So even when I look back, I'm like, I knew life is not that deep. Why did I start the first Monday just after I graduated?
The pressure.
But that's the thing. I'm not somebody that is influenced by even external pressure. If you look on my social media, I haven't even posted about my graduation. So it's not like I'm trying to externally please other people. I think at the end of the day, I'm only human. I make mistakes sometimes. Sometimes I forget to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes you would give a very nice, a very relaxing speech, but it doesn't mean you're practicing every component that was
You're not
in that
practicing
speech.
what you're preaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I am so proud of myself, even though I started work super early.
Yeah.
And even though my speech was about life is not that deep, there's a duality and how do you say it? There's a duality and a contradiction to both of these moments, but
Yeah.
it's still me.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to be human.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be very consistent. In my speech I spoke about life is not that deep, life is full of color, blah 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 blah.
And it's not.
And then I started my job the first Monday, and I'm the only person I think that started 4 days just after we graduated. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, when you say life is not deep, I will tell you it becomes deep when you don't have a job after graduation. And that's something that I know a lot of us have to deal with when we graduate, or even before the day we graduate. I remember before I graduated, I had a plan in mind, you know. I'm the structured person. I plan things.
And you're very high achieving as well.
I love a good achievement.
Yes.
Let's not deny. I'm a very ambitious person. So I had a plan in mind that during the last year of my academic year, I'm going to start my job hunt journey in January. And I'm going to reach out to all these companies. I had a set target of how many companies I could reach out to. It seemed like it was going well, but I wasn't getting answers. I started losing morale. I would show up to class, but I'm really behind my laptop checking who is sending in, who is asking for people.
Who wants to interview me?
Exactly, who is hiring. And it became, the pressure continued to increase the moment I got closer to the graduation date. And I know for a lot of people listening today are probably navigating that journey at the same time, or are already graduated and they have no job. And I'll tell you, when I graduated, I didn't have a job offer on the table.
Really?
No, I did not.
How did you make it this far?
Well, that's a story for another day. But I'll tell you, I felt the pressure the closer I got to the graduation day, because I wanted to work at a certain place. I wanted to be in a certain position, but I wasn't getting any responses. Rejections were coming, hitting me left, right, center.
Crazy.
And of course, my mental health was affected. How I showed up in class was affected. But I was happy to finish school nonetheless. So I'm very curious to hear how your experience was. Expectation versus reality. Did you have expectations of the places you wanted to work, the type of work you wanted to do, versus what is actually happening right now?
I think I always thought I would be a millionaire before I got to 25.
Yes, the dollar. Please sign me up.
Not like, besides the millions, I always thought I would have a fully functioning startup company that has employed thousands of people before I got to 25.
Sorry, hold up. So you were in school and your vision was, upon graduation, you're hiring these people. You didn't want to be employed.
No.
Tell us more.
That is my freshman year vision, not even my master's.
Recent. Oh, wow.
This is like the beginning of the journey.
Yeah.
I think for us as a continent, we lack ethical and entrepreneurial leaders. We lack people who have the right goals in their heart. I'm not saying I'm the best person out there, but I'm just saying, just from my Ashesi University education, we lack an entrepreneurial and ethical leadership ecosystem that would allow us to move forward.
Right.
And in 2018, I found myself in a very privileged position where I had exposure to these ideas of what does it mean to be an ethical person? What does it mean to do the right thing? What does it mean to build the right product that impacts as many people? What does it mean to be an entrepreneur who's not just profit focused, but also impact focused?
Yeah.
So when I was 18, 19, when I first started college, I'm from Zimbabwe. When I was in Ghana, I was like, okay, I want to build one of the most impactful companies in Africa. I want to employ as many people. I want to make as much impact in technology and in healthcare. That didn't happen. I tried my best. I employed some people, but the startup did not. It's a startup.
Yeah.
It's literally in the name.
I hear it's hard. I hear
very hard.
It's hard.
I traveled to Switzerland. We did a lot of pitching, but then the company just did not pan out as much as I wanted it to be.
Right.
And even when I came to the United States, I was like, you know what? I am going to be a full-time student. No more building companies. Let me work on my skill sets as a computer scientist, as an entrepreneur. How do I become better? But I think sometimes you cannot run away from, and this is to answer your question, you cannot run away from, I believe in destiny. You cannot run away from your destiny and from your path in life. The first week that I got into the United States of America, I missed a class because I had to have a surgery for my sinus.
Yeah, I remember that was a tough time.
Yeah, and a professor reached out to me and they were like, well, I've looked you up and I think you're very inspiring. Do you want to join our PhD lab? I had a meeting with him. Long story short, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm a researcher. And then he asked me, well, what do you think you are? I said, I think I want to build a company. He said, you know what? Build your company in our lab and I will support you.
Right.
And that's how I built the second company that I built. So for you, again, to come back to your question, when you talk about like life after graduation, how do you envision yourself? With the opportunities that I've been given and with the skill sets that I've gathered, I have always looked at myself as somebody who would create jobs on the African continent, somebody who would use technology and the skills that the Baobab team has accommodated me, the Mastercard Foundation has given to me to build companies. And now the bigger picture is like, okay, yes, you're an entrepreneur, but I need a roof over my head.
Oh, you do?
My family,
the bills to be paid.
I need to get my bills paid. How do you balance that vision of, after I graduate, I want to work in America, own my own company, and at the same time, I want to pay my own bills? I think that's where you're trying to now drive this conversation. Yeah.
First of all, I think entrepreneurs have a special place in heaven because the amount of work and the dedication that you put towards an idea and bringing that to life is so tasking that sometimes I have tried to be an entrepreneur. I think I've been an entrepreneur thinking back to my childhood. I've done menial jobs here and there, started things here and there, but to the degree that other people do it and to the extent that you're talking about, like employing thousands of people, I've not seen myself as an entrepreneur in that sense, but I can imagine it's difficult, it's tasking. And when you say that, you had to strike the balance between paying your bills, but also building this vision that you have. How are you navigating the two? How are you balancing the two now that you're out of school? Trying to bring this idea to life, but also being mindful of the fact that nobody's coming to save you in terms of your bills, and they are not waiting for anyone. They're coming through.
I think I'm doing a bad job currently because Paslow's hierarchy
of needs.
Like, I really need a roof over my head.
Yes, that is I think it's the
primary need.
The primary need,
one of the basics. Yes. And right now, I graduated, like I said, last month. And right now, for me, my biggest focus is, how do I put a roof over my head without touching any of the investor money for my startup company that I put together? And I feel privileged enough to be part of the Baobab scholarship, where they gave me an internship for 3 months just after I graduated to work with them, earn some money outside of my company money so that I can pay my rent. I can feed my family, my mom and my siblings. I'm not married back at home.
Yes.
My mom.
People. She's on the market.
Well, my mom and my siblings are back at home without having to touch the company money.
Yeah.
So I graduated last month. I do still have 2 more months working on that. So that's what I'm using to put a roof over my head. I think for me, where the struggle comes is how do you draw the line? I think that's also for other people. Is that how do you draw the line between I want to be a full-time entrepreneur, I want to work on my business, and then at the same time, I need a roof over my head. My family needs a roof over their head. How do you draw the line between being a practical person and then being an idealist, and entrepreneurship being the idealism, because you're trying to build a new product. The product that we're trying to build is again in healthcare, which is one of the heaviest regulated industries in the world. So it's not even like a very fast path to like the $1 million that I thought I would be at when I was 18.
It's not too late, girl. How old are you?
25.
Look at that. You still have so much time ahead of you to make the millions.
I don't think so. I always thought, I swear I always thought by 25, I had so much conviction because I met like my first president and all of this stuff when I was 18.
It's redirection.
I in my mind, by 25, I wouldn't even be talking about I need a roof over my head, right? By 25, it was about like how many people have been able to put roofs over their families' heads through this company that I started that they work for.
That's adulting.
Yes,
that's adulting.
And I think I am there right now, just after graduation. I think now it's no longer about the idealism, but the practical,
the practicality of things.
The practicality of it. Like, where do you draw the line between the idealism and the realism of it all?
I think, I mean, we all have dreams. I had a dream. It's so interesting because, fun fact, I wanted to be a journalist.
Really?
Yes.
My dad is a journalist.
Is it?
Was. You got shot.
Oh, wow. Sad story.
No, he's alive.
He's alive. We thank God.
Thank you.
The thing is, I wanted to be a journalist when I was younger. And so I'm trying to understand the idealistic side and the...
What happened to that, though?
It's happening. I mean, I'm talking to
but you have like some business background stuff. What happened to that?
What happened? So I wanted to be a journalist because I thought I was really eloquent in my speech, and at school I was always the person that was contacted when there was a parade. I don't know if you had parades in your primary school.
We did. I was a drama majorette, so they would ask me to like
look at the I see.
Like cheerleading.
Yeah. I was a speaker for such parades. So because of that, I always thought I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be, a broadcast journalist coming to tell you breaking news, kind of thing. But then
news coming from
Angella reporting live from BBC
Arizona.
or something. But then I think what happened is I graduated from high school. And I still had that dream, but when it came to selecting programs at school for university level, I think I got into Makerere, which is a big university in Uganda.
I know Makerere.
But the course I was given was on the business side because, again, I was good in economics in high school. So the course I was given was on the business side of things. And then the other school that I got accepted into was Ashesi. Ashesi didn't have a journalism program.
We did. They did. Why am I saying we?
They did. They did not have a journalism program. So I really felt like, well, this dream of mine of being on screen and speaking and being a moderator of all these things is going to take a pause because the schools that have accepted me don't have these programs in place. But I was equally good at business and, all the things that are involved. And I could potentially see myself do things around marketing. So that's the route that I took mostly in my undergrad. And when things are supposed to be in your path, they will just happen. Because I've found myself in places where I've had to speak, where I've had to host, moderate, and for me, my dream, I'm living my dream right now. I'm living my dream.
It's something that my mom always says, like, if it's meant for you, I don't know if she read it somewhere or if it's original, but she always says, like, if something is meant for you, it will come to you.
Yeah, que sera. Whatever will be, And for me, I wanted to be a journalist, and here I am. I'm not on BBC, but I'm on this podcast.
We are on Baobab.
We are telling stories.
I don't know where the camera is. We are on Baobab.
Yeah, but I want us to shift conversations, especially around expectations when you graduate. So for me personally, when I graduated recently last year, one of the things that I heard was from my family. The idea, and of course we've been privileged enough that we've gotten an education from abroad, starting from Ghana and then moving to the US. The expectation is usually, one, don't come back here because you shouldn't.
Because where are you coming?
Because where are you going, And the other thing is, because you've gone to these schools, you should have a 6-figure job lined up waiting for you. And meeting those expectations sometimes comes with some kind of pressure, sometimes put on ourselves by ourselves, but also externally, coming from family, from friends. I recently had a chat, and this person was saying that sometimes when we graduate, and they're also a Mastercard Foundation scholar, and they were saying that when we graduate, it's like we are expected by the Mastercard Foundation to be in certain positions in certain places. And that expectation is not anywhere. It's not coming from the foundation. It's coming from within, and maybe what we see happening around us. Did you have any of those things happening for you when you graduated? And this could be either from Ashesi or just recently when you graduated from ASU.
I wish I could be more relatable in that regard, but no.
No? Really?
I think growing up, I grew up in a household where I was overpraised and over celebrated as a child.
That's good.
My mom would throw the most ridiculous party celebrations for me, like, oh, she finished her book, and then she would throw this party. And
just reading a book, you get a party. Oh my god!
But I was like 6 years old, and I would finish like the Harry Potter book.
Wow!
And then she was like, "Oh, she finished the Harry Potter book," and then she threw this party for me. I think I hope this relates to other people as well as we have this conversation. Because I think the conversation is usually around, people expect too much from you and you're trying to measure up to that expectation. Yeah. I think for me personally, my mom, I grew up so overpraised as a child, so much so that I did not feel the need for too much external validation. For me, the pressure was like, not like, how do I make these people believe that I'm good enough? But it's just like, these people believe that I'm good enough. I did not internalize it in a negative way. For me, it's just like, oh, they think I'm good enough. How do I show these results? But at the same time, I am not like losing sleep over, oh, I did not deliver $1 million by 25. What are they going to think about me? Yeah. For me, the thought in that moment was, oh, I did not deliver $1 million at 25. They know it's ridiculous. Yeah. How do I deliver it at 30? Yeah. That's the environment that my mom created for me. And I think the more I speak with my friends, the more I realize how privileged I am in that mindset arena. We talk about privilege from a financial perspective, especially as Mastercard scholars, as Baobab scholars. We think privilege is usually about, can your parents afford to pay for a college education for you? Did you get a scholarship? Yeah. But I want to give the flowers to my mom in this regard, where she, since I was like 4, because that's when I started reading, the validation wasn't about, I need to please other people. The validation was just like, okay, by default, I am good enough. But okay, did I prove that I'm good enough? Yeah. But I'm not really clear on who exactly do I need to prove that I'm good enough to. Do I need to prove this to my mom, to my dad, to society? So when I graduated from my undergrad, for me, the primary focus was, who do I want to become? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to create jobs. I want to solve problems in our healthcare industry. That was my focus. Yeah. And then now that I've also graduated with a master's degree, I think the pressure is now up a little bit. Like, I'm no longer a child that my mom used to throw.
You're growing.
I am growing. But the more I look back, I am not under external validation pressure of like, what are people going to think about me? Because my mom raised me to think that I am good enough.
Yeah.
Whether I have a job, whether I don't have a job, whether I have a company, whether I don't have a company, my mom made it a point to make me believe that I am smart enough.
Smart.
I made it to America.
Yeah.
I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Chitungwiza.
Hello.
I'm from the ghetto.
Hello.
I am here in the
Hello.
US.
Yeah.
I got a full-time scholarship.
Yeah.
I don't have debt. I try to start companies. That takes guts. That takes a certain mental shaping that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But like more of how my mom raised me to be.
That is so good.
Yeah, it's a very different perspective from what we expect in the natural discourse. But I think for a lot of people who turn out to be entrepreneurs, I think this is the same story. Somewhere in their childhood,
Yeah.
a parent, a friend, or a relative, or a stranger made them believe that they are good enough and they are worthy of being, like, they're worthy of the oxygen that we breathe, whether they have a job or they don't have a job.
Yeah.
It's still the same mentality that I carry with me. I don't have a full-time job right now. I have an internship with the Baobab platform, but like I said, when I was a student, I was working with this professor. I raised significant funding for my startup company 89. So even if I don't get a job within these 3 months, I can also just pivot to working full-time for this company. And if the money for this company runs out, I really truly believe that I was educated at Ashesi to be an ethical and entrepreneurial leader.
Yeah.
Something is going to fall in my lap.
Yeah.
And even if something doesn't fall in my lap, and worst case scenario, I have to go back to Zim and stay with my mom.
Yeah.
I think I can always figure something out because ASU gave me the tools that I need to remember who I am, the skills that I have. Ashesi gave me the tools and the skills that I need to remember that I'm an ethical leader.
Yeah.
And wherever in Zimbabwe that I'm at, I can always bring the impact that is needed. Exactly. So do I worry? Absolutely. I am human.
It's a human thing.
It is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my mom, since I was like a very young child, I think she equipped me to handle myself in whatever situation I find myself in, whether I have a job, whether I don't have a job. Even if I think even if I did not choose the entrepreneurial path, when I look back, if I chose to pursue a full-time job, I think at the end of the day, the most important thing we need to remember is that you are a human being. And whether you have a job or you don't have a job, and whether you're playing a very significant role in society or you're not, you are important enough, and you are good enough. And it's really okay to show up in the world exactly as you are in that moment. Today, as of this day, I don't remember the date today. 26 June 2025.
Yes.
As I'm having this interview with you, I don't have a full-time employment role. I just graduated with a Master of Science in Computer Science, but it's okay.
Yes.
Because with the skills that I've acquired since I was 11 years, I think that's as much as I can remember. 11 years old, I've been a captain of volleyball teams, all of the schools I've attended. That's leadership qualities. I have a bachelor's in computer science. I have a master's in computer science. I have started companies. Some have failed, some have succeeded. All of that, it's okay. At the end of the day, it's about the accumulative human journey.
Yes.
You understand?
I love that you're not panicking in the midst of all this. You sound very calm, collected, zen. It's like everything is gonna be okay. And I probably speak for a lot of people because personally, when I graduated, unlike you, I think I started to feel a certain kind of pressure. And it wasn't coming from my family per se, because I think my mom has done a great job. Again, cheers to the moms out there who do a great job of affirming their kids. I think my mom has done a good job of not putting that pressure on me per se. This pressure came from my friends. And of course, they didn't tell me that, hey, you need to be here or whatever. And if you've been to Ashesi, By the way, we forgot to mention that we're all from Ashesi. Yay!
I asked you that before. Like, wait, did you go to Ashesi?
We're all from Ashesi, so we were taught by the same professors and have the same principles. And the thing about Ashesi is that you're going to school with ambitious, driven people,
Humble as well.
humble at the same time. And when we graduated, it's like everybody was spread across the globe
Everywhere.
in very interesting capacities. And by interesting, I mean very good jobs and high paying jobs, very big companies, think Fortune 400, 500. They were in these companies. And the feeling of going onto my LinkedIn page and refreshing and seeing my colleagues that I sat in class next to me, you know, they are
Vice president at Goldman Sachs.
vice president at Goldman Sachs. I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me. Where are you there? I sat next to you. Where am I not
I
there?
helped you with the last assignment. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you, I think for me, the pressure came from my friends who are equally good people in their own right, academically great, and of course they deserve to be where they are. But I felt like I needed to be in the places they were, because after graduation from Ashesi, I was working for a startup in Uganda. And if you don't know anything about startups, they come with a lot.
I know everything about. I'm a startup.
You are an entrepreneur.
I
so you know
graduated
exactly.
and my first job was working for my own self.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I was thrown into this startup in Uganda, and there was a lot that I had to navigate. One, the pay wasn't as, as
I
great
apologize on behalf of our families. I'm sorry.
And I understood it was going to be a great learning experience for me as a person who was recently graduating from college. But my friends were making the big bucks at Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, and I wanted to be there. So I speak for people like that who may be in positions where they're seeing their friends on LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn and social media, where you go on there and you see the person you sat next to, who maybe you're even performing better than,
is twice as much.
Is making twice as much. You go and Google, how much does a person make?
I don't think it's about like who said. It's like, I helped you with your assignments.
And here we are. And the pressure that comes from that, I can't speak so much about it, but I know I felt it. And I had to really recall myself. I had to sit with myself and question these feelings that I was having. And at the end of the day, again, remember that I'm on a certain path. My mom always says these fingers are not the same for a reason. We all can't be at Goldman Sachs. We all can't be at this.
We cannot.
Somebody's got to do something.
Somebody has to manage somebody. So what do you mean we all have to be managers?
So I really, really had to sit with that for a minute. And I'm glad, I think I've had to overcome some of these things. And I think it comes with age as well. I can't say I'm like, there in the age conversation.
I think it's experience, not the age in itself.
Yeah.
You could be 25, but if you started your undergrad at 25, you would have to wait like 4 years to experience all of this. I think it's more of experiences than age, the number itself.
Yeah.
And that's where we need to redirect the conversation, especially as people who don't come from like a lot of privilege and a lot of money. It's not, age is not the determining factor here. Opportunity and exposure.
And
really
it's so interesting because a lot of Mastercard Foundation scholars are young people.
Yeah.
So it's if you're gonna think about age as the determining factor of success, then sweetie, you may be lagging behind, because people who are in the family of the foundation have so much experience they've built over the years.
What's the age range for that though?
For what?
Like the determining, like the family determining factor of like success for Mastercard Foundation scholars. I don't know. I never knew of that.
I think that success for the Mastercard Foundation scholar, for me, being a scholar for me, is one, being able to take care of myself, because being a part of the Mastercard Foundation scholarship program comes with benefits. Let's all agree. Privilege comes with, and when you graduate out of school, all of a sudden you have to take care of yourself. It's like you're living this bubble where you were taken care of food is on the table, you
Rent.
have shelter, you have rent, like everything is taken care of, and all of
Insurance.
insurance.
Yeah.
And now I have to know how to pay insurance for myself. What do you mean?
I'm like, what do you mean dental? I need to.
Yeah, so that is for me success as a Mastercard Foundation alumni is being able to take care of myself and paying my bills. That's
Period.
number one. If I'm able to do that, I'm successful. I beg.
Don't tell me nothing else. Can I afford my health insurance?
That's it. Can I afford my health insurance?
Rent.
I'm successful. But also thinking about the principles of the Mastercard Foundation, thinking about the communities that we come back from, I think about girls especially are very close to my heart because I know the struggle that girls back home girls back home have to navigate. Stories around early marriages, forced marriages, pregnancy, and dropping out of school because you got pregnant.
And what was one of your projects in, like?
Inogen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a project that we started with a Mastercard Foundation's friend from Ashesi, and the goal was really to provide mentorship to girls.
Yeah.
The story that I shared earlier around me having this dream of being a journalist and then getting to college decisions, and I just followed what was available.
Exactly.
I wish I had a mentor at that time who could direct me that, hey, if this is what you really want to do, there could be schools that you can actually go to. Yeah. But maybe I wouldn't be a Mastercard Foundation scholar right now. So,
because that exposure wasn't there.
Yeah. So the initiative we started with my friend is to help girls, to support them along that journey of...
But I think that's also the benefit of being a Mastercard Foundation scholar, because even if you do a mechanical engineering degree and your passion is still in helping girls, let's say with their menstrual, like you can always pursue anything that you're passionate about, even though they fund a degree is something else.
Because the schools, I guess, we attend also empower us to do that. Yeah. Because I think we were given a platform to explore those passions that we had. We had funding available if you wanted to do something. So these little details, additions in the program definitely help us to pursue the passions that we want. How has your definition of success changed after graduation?
How did you say you redefined your vision of success?
I had to sit with myself and think I'm on a certain path. Our fingers are not the same.
So how did you redefine? What was your definition of success after Ashesi, after ASU, even during ASU? How did you redefine success for yourself?
Right. I think when I graduated, during my stay at Ashesi, my definition of success at the time was girl goes to school, girl gets out of school, girl gets a good job at a really big company. That was definition of success for me at the time. Post-graduation, the reality was different because I got a job at a startup in Uganda, and the work that I did has definitely helped me grow professionally because I got to work on so many different projects. I don't think I could have gotten that at a bigger company. Now, that's a different experience altogether. But I know my growth journey started from working with a startup. And at that point, I had to redefine success altogether because now it wasn't the big company. It was, am I growing in this job? Am I learning at this job? Do I feel like I belong? Am I adding value to the place that I'm working? And the moment I answered those questions, I felt like I was actually doing a great job. And even after school for my graduate school last year, working currently with Ed Plus and the Baobab team, when I wake up in the morning, I know I'm creating impact. And for me, impact is success. Younger me wouldn't be so happy about that. But right now, it's more meaningful for me to be part of something that is impacting other people. Yeah. How is that for you? I know you're an entrepreneur and probably you're thinking, how many people am I employing today?
How many people have I impacted today? I think for me, before you even asked that question and I started clapping in my head, was when you said younger me would have been proud of me. I recently won the ASU Inspiring Global Citizens Award. And the award here at the university is about like academia, impacting people. And ASU is such a big school with so many international students. And for our graduating cohort, I was the person who got that award.
Yeah.
And as you
congratulations.
Thank you, man. I didn't even celebrate. I'm realizing right now that I didn't even take the time to think about like what that award means.
Yeah.
Because my mom, I love my mom, but I also sometimes blame her for making me forget about like external validation. I think my mom's idea of success is like, are you happy within yourself? Did you feel like my mom's idea of success is very internalized.
Internal, which is good.
I blame her low key because I wish I would be happy about like external validation and external comments. But
you just have to create the space and the time for when it comes.
but there's like there's a thin line. It's usually hard to draw that balance. So usually the safest option is to just be okay within yourself, and that's just what my mom cultivated with me.
Well, we celebrate you. I celebrate you today.
Thank you.
That was a big win. I don't think everybody walks out of college and they have this award. I didn't get one for sure. So kudos to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think for me, when I think about success, I remember I don't think I have like the 100% correct definition for it, but I want to think about my younger version, the 18-year-old version of me, which is the version of me that did not have that scholarship at Ashesi University, which is one of the most expensive schools you can attend while you're in Africa. If my baby self is looking up at me in 2025 as of today, what would that little girl smile about? You know, the little girl that I had so many issues growing up, but like that little girl, if she looks up and then if she's clapping, what would that little girl be clapping about?
Yeah.
For me, I think she would clap about providing employment to people.
Yeah.
Most of the trauma that I have comes from my parents not having stable income and stable employment, stable like healthcare, insurance, blah, 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 all of this stuff. Like all of it stems from jobs. It stems from problems that other entrepreneurs like the billionaires, the 1 billionaire in my country could have solved.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that's what success looks like. Success for me is being able to solve that one big problem that I think millions of Africans, millions of Zimbabweans are facing, and that is healthcare.
That's beautiful.
You could be a president, you could be a prime minister, you could have the most important job in the world, but as long as your health is not okay, as long as you know, for example, if you have like some pulmonary embolism and you need to have some sort of healthcare intervention or some surgery, if we don't have the technology to be able to, like, what use is that success? I think
sounds like impact.
Yeah, that's what success looks like for me. I wanted to be a doctor before my dad got shot, and I had to look for a scholarship for me to be able to continue to pursue education. Before I even got the scholarship, I got into the army in my country.
You mentioned that. I was so surprised. I was like, what?
I keep forgetting that. Like, I did the training, I did the aptitude test. I was going to be a pilot in the Air Force of Zimbabwe.
Oh my goodness.
And the Monday, like literally today is Sunday, before 12 midnight, I'm supposed to go to the air base to start training to be a pilot in my country's military. It's the same night I get the message that I got into Ashesi University.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't pouring exactly, because I remember
I mean, when
I did the trials to get into the army, it was so difficult. I ran like 5 kilometers. I was like second in the entire race. It was a whole journey.
I bet. Military sounds very intense.
But I got in. I think at that moment, before I was 18, 17. So for me, what success looks like, I keep coming back to that little girl, my 17-year/18-year-old self. For me, success is how many people did I provide stable employment. And stable employment for me is stable income, because I know when I was 17, that's one of the most painful moments in my life. My dad did not have stable income. He did not have stable employment. My mom didn't. That's what success looks like for me. I could work at any of the Fortune whatever companies for me, but I don't think I would be fulfilled. Success for me is being a full-time entrepreneur. I want to create as many jobs as I can in Zimbabwe, in Ghana, in Ethiopia, in Africa. I want to, but I think also I want to say this before we wrap this up, but even as an entrepreneur, creating jobs does not mean I have to suffer.
No, nobody deserves any kind of suffering in this world,
right? Like, it's striking that balance between me being able to pay myself, because right now I cannot pay myself, but like being able to pay myself as an entrepreneur and create jobs, making all of this impact, changing so many lives, but also making sure that I have a roof over my head and my mom is well taken care of. That is my definition of success.
That's beautiful.
But as of today, this date, which I keep forgetting,
26th of June.
Thank you, 2025. My little girl, my 17-year-old, 13-year-old self, she would look at me and she would be clapping. She would be happy because never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would be here in America. I would have all of this much funding for my company. I would have all of this knowledge. I would have all of these experiences. I would even be in an interview in this podcast with you, Joanne. So I'm very grateful for all of that, because I think one of the trappings of success is we keep looking up and looking up and looking up, and we never pause for a second to appreciate. This is a moment that my 13-year-old self would have prayed for.
100%.
Because my 13-year-old self was in boarding school dealing with stuff that she shouldn't have been dealing with. She would be looking at me, and I would be my 13-year-old self's mentor and hero. I am happy. I am proud. But at the same time, we need to move forward. And just like moving forward, success for me in the I think I've made it in life. I don't want I don't mean to
I'm happy to hear that you're saying that, because a lot of us shy away from saying I've made it in life.
I made it out of the ghetto
from Africa.
I made it out of the ghetto. My mom has a roof over her head. Like the basics. I made it. I have a roof over my head. My mom has a roof over her head. My siblings do. I fulfilled my primary duties and I paid my black tax.
Me, I paid my insurance. That is it.
Period.
Yes.
So I have made it traditionally. But in terms of my personal goals, I am yet to get there. So for me, success, the definition of success is to create jobs on the continent and to solve healthcare problems.
That's wonderful.
With technology specifically. And I think I am on the right path. It's just a matter of time and opportunity.
I'm so proud. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do. I hope one day I get employed by you or something.
You don't need my employment. You don't even need me.
I'm happy to come and make your vision and dream come true. Hello, why not?
You are amazing. Hey. You have me in your podcast. You don't even need my.
I'll be the spokesperson for your.
You don't even need to be any. Like, I would be begging you, like, please talk about us in the podcast.
Oh, I'll do it for free. Don't worry.
I don't think you would. Like, Angella, just one.
That's interesting. So lastly, as we come to the end of the podcast, one thing that I really want us to talk about is community. I know that when I graduated recently, and of course being away from home, the main challenge is finding a tribe that understands, that you connect with, that you can go and cry, celebrate, and just operate in the mundane, but with people that are of the same mind. And I struggled a bit when I graduated because, of course, you go to school, You go and meet friends in a classroom. You take classes together. Sometimes you go eat out together. But then you graduate and everybody's spread everywhere.
Especially like the friends you thought you made during that
exactly.
one course group, and they all ghost
They're
you.
all gone, and you're not talking to each other. You're in a different state. They are not close to you. So I struggled with that when I graduated, because I felt like, okay, now I'm alone. Now I have to do this life and figure it out on my own. And it meant that I had to find community. And one way that I did that was, of course, I'm so grateful that we already have the Baobab community that you can always go back to, and you find someone you can relate with, a story you can read and be and feel like, okay, this feels very relatable to me. But also just the scholars that now in the US that you can connect with and have lunch, go out with. That felt really nice. And the other community that I found myself connecting with was church. I am a Christian, and I just went on a hunt for churches around me, because I knew from there I would find some kind of community that I could do life with, at least for the period that I'm here. So for you, how has it been connecting, finding community post graduation? Are your friends here, or are they gone?
I think before I answer that, I want to know, like, you've told me about like the names of the communities that you've been a part of.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, like, do you feel like you actually found your community for yourself?
Yes, I can proudly say that I have found community. I'm now doing things I wouldn't do typically because of this community. I'm outside because of this community. I recently went camping.
Did you find like love and stuff?
Where are we going?
Well, because it's a podcast, I think we can go anywhere.
I'm on that journey.
You've been asking me about my entrepreneurship journey. That's as much as asking about my love life, okay? So.
I'm on that journey. We are growing, Abby. But in terms of love, I'm still on that journey. And who knows? Love may be finding me the next...
Where's the camera? Who knows? Love is somewhere.
But for sure, I can confidently say that I've found community, and it's not in one person, but it's several people that are surrounding me, from church to my workplace. And of course, when you love what you do and the people that you work with, it feels very easy to integrate within the space that you're in. So I can definitely confidently say that some of my friends, or a lot of my friends, have actually left the state. At least the ones that I went to school with, and we connect here and there on WhatsApp, do FaceTimes here and there.
Would you say you're happy?
I am very happy and content, and I can again confidently say that. And I'm happy that I can say that, because I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say that a year ago, but now I can say we are happy and thriving. Yeah.
I could hug you, but I'm sitting on the other chair. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. How has it been for you?
Which one?
The community part or the love part? You can answer both.
The community part. I think I'm lucky in the sense that I managed to maintain the community that I had at Ashesi. My best friends from Ashesi are still like the same best friends that I have. One of them in the UK, Prudence, we talk. On my birthday recently, she surprised me with like some nice Tommy Hilfiger.
How sweet!
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bring entrepreneurship into this, but it's really important, like, as an entrepreneur, to be surrounded by love and people who just love you for who you are, outside of the achievements that you bring with it. And I think that's where my community really shows up. Everywhere else, I feel like I have to prove that I'm worthy of these people's love. But my best friend from high school, my best friend from undergrad, my mom, my siblings, I made other good friends here when we got on the Baobab scholarship. This is a community that just loves me for me, like, me with all my flaws, me with all the mistakes that I make, whether they're business related or human related. I want to confidently really say that I am surrounded by love and people who support me. what do we call this? Delulu. Like,
Yes,
whether I am like being realistic or I'm being delulu,
Yeah.
they're like, girl, you know what? It's okay.
Yes.
Right? And then they watch me make my own mistakes.
Yeah.
And if I have to correct these mistakes, they're
Yeah.
there for me. I think I am surrounded by that community. But I don't think it's a community that I built within these 2 years. It's a community that I've been building again since I was like 18. Even not even speaking about 18, since I was 13, because one of the people in this community is like somebody that I met when I was starting my high school, which was like 12, 13 years old. So I think I am surrounded by people who love me and who care about me outside of human achievements or materialistic accomplishments. For me, philosophically, that is the most important thing. Who loves me before you become, who loves you before you become a manager at Amazon, if you want to pursue the employment route, before you become the manager at Tesla, before you become the CEO and the founder of 89.
That's it. The billionaire in the house.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who loves you outside of all of those external accomplishments?
Yeah.
I think I did build that community.
That's beautiful.
And I feel very grateful. And I think that same community is what allows me to be delulu, because I think if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be delusional.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, not even a lot more. Like, you need to be very delusional.
Yeah.
You need to believe in yourself way too much more than like what the current market is saying, what society is saying. I came in with this community, and then in terms of building this community over the last 2 years, I started my master's in 2023. I met some very good friends from India, from China, from Chile, through the Merton Foundation, through some of my classes. I'm not an easy person to be around, but
I struggle to believe that.
I'm not. I'm very like the standards and stuff. Like, everything is just like, what are you doing with your life?
Are you the kind of friend who will ask the friend,
what did you accomplish today?
What are your goals for the week?
Yes. I am that friend, or I'm that friend that's like, we have to go to the Grand Canyon. Like, let's do something.
And we need that. I think we need that kind of
Last
friend.
week I was at the
Honestly.
Grand Canyon. Exactly.
Yeah.
I am that friend. And I've created these communities with people from so many walks of life, from Germany, Chile, China, India, Zimbabwe, like so many countries, and I feel loved, and I feel like I reciprocate the same love to these same friends.
I love that.
So yeah, I think for me, to come back to your question, the most important gift that you can give to yourself as an entrepreneur or as somebody that is looking for a job is, are you surrounding yourself with people that love you unconditionally? Right? Like, whether you earn this 6-figure job, or if you build a $1 billion company, or if you fail, or if you never landed, if you fail as an entrepreneur, or if you fail to land that job, are these people still going to be in your corner? I think that is one of the biggest and most important accomplishments that you can have as a human being.
I love that. Yeah. And that's a great way to summarize our conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you, Lindiwe, today. Where can people find you? If anybody's interested in reaching out, connecting with you about your work, or in other sense, where can they find you?
At Lindiwe.
Which platforms are you on? Instagram, LinkedIn? I know you've done a course on Baobab. Where can people reach out to you?
I think you can just like find Lindiwe Mutungamiri, and then wherever I think if you do like a Lindiwe Mutungamiri search, whichever platform anybody's comfortable with, I think it shows up. If it's Instagram, Facebook, I use my same first name and last name. Yeah,
people need to follow you because you're going to be making billions and creating jobs, and they need to
come
and get hired.
We don't know.
No, I believe that for you.
I don't know.
Thank you so much.
We believe that, but we don't know.
Oh, I believe that. I strongly believe that. So I have no doubts in your capabilities as an entrepreneur. I love your drive and the passion you have for entrepreneurship and just humanity and making people's lives easier. That's incredible.
And the continent, I
Yeah.
think we have so much talent on
Yeah.
I don't know what we're missing. I keep we're not missing talent, we're not missing resources. I don't know what we're missing as the African continent, but I hope to be part of the group of people that figure it out so that we solve a bunch of the problems that we're experiencing as a people.
I'll tell you what we're missing. Ethical and entrepreneurial.
Don't be an Ashesi person, right?
Who we are.
Oh my god.
We are the future. We are the future of Africa, and I think we are all on the journey of making that or creating that transformation that we want to see on continent, in our communities, and wherever we find ourselves. So this was great. Thank you for joining me.
I know. Is there something that you want to share with people that are watching about your podcast and the work that you're doing here?
I think the main thing that I took away from this conversation is that we are all on different paths. Some of us want to be entrepreneurs when we graduate, Lindiwe being a good example. Some of us want to be employed at Fortune 500, and that's okay. Some of us want to work with startups in our communities, and that's totally fine. Some of us don't want to do anything. I wish I was on that front of the spectrum.
As an entrepreneur,
labor cannot be the answer to all our problems. Yes. So all to say, you're on a different path, and comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So don't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing, because you're walking a different journey in life.
And you're beautiful exactly as you are.
And you're beautiful exactly as you are. Thank you. Well said. Well, until next time, with love from Angella Nantambi, your host on The Turning Points. Bye.